Yeah, I believe the last time you raced here for a league, it was your evil twin Bellis, because you had
Yeah,
some
I was
issues
ill
with
that
your
day.
you were ill, and you also had some issues with your Xbox as well.
Yeah,
Um,
someone sent a naughty message.
just
They
don't
managed to
do
get
it.
their account banned.
Just don't say it in the stream. It's perfectly fine.
No, I wasn't going to.
Anyway, so we have a few early runners out on track at the moment. We have Andre. While they are on their outlaps, we will go to last race. We had a debutant win their first race with Contest of Speed. I'm not sure if that's something that happens very often, especially in EU3.
No.
But it was one hell of a race. Silverstone is a great track to watch racing anyway. There's a lot of overtaking, and everyone put on a brilliant show. There was the unfortunate situation with Cygate and losing his wing. He tried to keep going and decided it wasn't for him, so he decided to retire in the pits. But this does mean Andre is in the lead of the Drivers' Championship, and it can be won tonight. He
Yeah,
has, I believe
it
it
could be one
is,
last week, no?
it could have been won last week,
But it
but
didn't.
it wasn't. And I believe he needs to win tonight to make. I think he needs to finish 25 points ahead of Sanderdam. No, sorry, I'm getting
No,
ahead of
it's the
myself.
last race of the season. Come on.
Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. I was thinking constructors. So Andre is ahead by what, 19 points?
Yes.
So he needs to outscore Sandydam by, what would it be, 6 points to
Yeah.
make sure that he is the champion this season.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Sanderdam is going to let him do that, if I'm
Well,
completely honest.
it actually. Andre needs to score 6 points to secure it. If he scores six or more, he secures it. It doesn't matter how many
That's a
Sandringham
good point.
gets.
That's a good point. Thank you for correcting me. I'm just not with it. As Andre comes across the line with a 1:33.3 for his first flying lap. Now we will talk about the constructors. This one I know. Haas are on top, and all they need to do to stay there, I believe, is score 1 or 2 points.
Yeah, I think we could look into the maths, but realistically, has it been the consistent drivers this season?
They
I would
have.
be horrendously surprised if they managed to lose this constructors championship.
It is down to Sanderdam and Dougie. They need to score or outscore the Haas boys by 26 points.
Yes.
So they have to
Which
hope for a double Haas DNF.
a double
In
DNF,
effect.
or if they finish last and everyone else finishes, as we only have 12 people on the grid today.
We should be having 13,
We should have
with
30.
Almanac
is on the
joining
way,
us
apparently.
finally for the final race. So let's get back over to what is going on track. So we have Mike, our race winner from last race. He is currently invalidated on his lap. Sanderdam has just come and put in one hell of a lap. 32.655 to put himself provisional pole.
Yeah, it's good luck there. It's what's that? A good 7/10 quicker than the next man.
7.5 temps, yes, thereabouts. We do have a new driver on the grid. We have Scones, who was in our chat last week, basically being the little cheerleader for Mike, and he has joined us just tonight, and his mates with Mike, so they are in the Williams for the final race of the season. Hopefully they will be around for the beginning of next season.
Yeah, it's good to see Williams as a team finally getting some love in the form of 2 drivers for this EU3.
Yeah, they've gone without for a long period of time in this season. They had a driver or two throughout, but that was about it.
Who have we got on a lap? Sandram's coming into the pit.
I'm currently on board with Nathan, who is yet to set a time. And we've also got Piney and Heavy on outlaps. We've also got Mike, who I believe is going to be doing a hot lap now as well.
Yeah, Nathan's managed to cut turn 19 to perfection. Just keeping it inside the white line. He's going to come across the line now. P6, 133.7. That's not bad for the man in the McLaren.
And I did say about Mike being on a hot lap, he put in a 133 dead.
He's gonna need some work to catch Sandown with the 3.5 advantage there.
To be fair to Mike, he went out and he's done 2 outlaps. So he's had slightly more worn tyres than Sandown.
I normally like the double outlap, but I'm not sure how effective it will be here with such high temperatures.
Yeah, with a lot of energy going through the rubber, through Sector 1, you're going to be burning through your rubber. Let's have a look. We have Havey out on a lap now. Let's see where the Portuguese man can put himself on the grid.
Yeah, it's not a driver we see far up the grid often, but he's made a statement here and there at certain tracks. Slight kick as he goes through turn 9 and 10 over the crest of the hill. Harsh braking into turn 11 before the DRS will be opened up as wide as it can. On the power, DRS open in 100 meters, ERS burning. DRS is open now. He's going to straight line it all the way down turn 12. It's a massively long straight here, and I'm pretty sure in quali the sun just blinds you.
Yeah, it's even worse if there has been rain early on, and that's a purple sector too from Heavy there.
That's good stuff.
But that back straight is a nightmare, especially if there has been rain early in the session and you come down that back straight and the sun's out. You get a massive amount of glare off of the tarmac.
Yeah. I think that was just a personal best, that purple sector 2, unfortunately, as he's not set a time yet, but hopefully it'll still be a quick one relative to everyone else.
It is a 33.9. Not bad.
Into the 33s.
He's put himself up to 7th, which is a decent fighting position for him, as we have Piney Penguin about to come round and finish his flying lap.
Yeah, that's very wide.
Oh,
he almost invalidated that there. Fortunately, hasn't.
I am surprised he did not invalidate there. And he goes P2.
Piney P2 Penguin.
Is that what his new name is going to be going forward?
It might have to be.
After Singapore. Yeah.
Can keep it up.
But let's have a look. We have Andre, who's just set a purple sector 2 by the look of things.
Yeah, that's a legitimate purple sector 2. It seems as he's already set a lap. He's a 133 for now. He's got a bit of a gap to get sanded on. Not that he's too bothered. I think, as we said earlier, just the 6 points needed to wrap the championship up. As long as he keeps it clean and consistent, it should be his.
He has been very consistent throughout the season, and that is a 32.5. That is
not
a
being consistent. That is rugged and rapid,
especially for a Mercedes.
especially for a Mercedes.
I have an update in the chat from Scones, the second Williams driver. He says he's never never not used auto ERS, DRS, and pit limiter, so he's struggling a bit. It's just down to timing. That's all it is. Just knowing where the lines are and knowing when to put the ERS on. Let's have a look. We have, I believe, that's Sanderdam coming round to start his lap. We will go on board with... Sorry for the jumping around, guys. We'll stick on with Dougie because... Well, actually, no, he's invalidated. Oh, what is it with people? We will go on with Cygate, as we didn't get to see too much of him last week. I have a feeling Kota is going to be one of the tracks that hands itself a little bit to him, especially down the start-finish straight and the long back straight, considering he usually goes for slightly lower downforce for his races, and they're the main overtaking spots that you're going to get up into turn 1 and into turn, I believe it is 12?
Yes it is.
As Cygate decides to come into the pits, we will go on with the Haas boys. 427 is invalid, but Neilby is not, but he is coming into the pits.
I think the next man to come across the line, unless it's that Williams, is going to be Sandra.
Yes, it will be Sanderdam. Let's jump on with the Aston Martin. See what he can do. That's one hell of a rebuttal to Andre, isn't it? Oh, you're going to go a tenth ahead of me? Fine, I'll go 2 tenths ahead of you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, despite the overwhelming odds, Sanderdam is not backing down from this championship fight, which you'd love to see.
It is wonderful to see. He's just got to hope for all of the misfortune for Andre in this race.
Well, if Andre was to DNF, it wouldn't be the first time we've seen a championship leader DNF from this track.
That's true, but yeah, if you're talking about season 13 EU4,
Maybe.
Possibly. Who was the DNF list that season?
From Texas?
Yes.
Maybe one of them was me.
Well, yeah, one of them was you. I believe Destructo also retired from that race as well.
Unfortunately, Destructo is not a champion.
And at the time, you were not champion, so
No, but championship leader.
Calm yourself down.
I think I was championship leader anyway today.
Is that a personal best or is that a session best from Nathan? Okay, it has disappeared, so that might just be a personal best from Nathan in Sector 1. Oh, the maps. They need to fix the maps. If it's personal best, it needs to go green on the map.
Why did you expect EA to do something positive?
That is a very good point. They can't even fix a glitch where people DNF because they can't take their car. I'm not talking from experience or anything.
I really hope that doesn't happen to someone I know. Nathan's putting a good sector, or start of sector 3 there. I'd love to see cars going through there. I am no good at getting the line right through that. He
I
managed to cut
mean,
this corner perfectly. Last time he went around, he's going to do it again. Oh, a little
oh,
bit of a kick on the edge, but he's managed to maintain the control of that car. One last corner to go. Foot to the floor. DRS open. ERS on.
that
I
was
don't
a
think he actually.
that was a 4/10 improvement.
Yeah, I don't think he improved position though, did he?
No, he didn't. But he improved his time, creating a
Yeah.
larger gap between himself and the kick of heavy behind.
Yeah, it must be disheartening somewhat seeing your 4/10 up only to not move up a position on the grid.
Yeah, I've been there multiple times. Let's see. So Sanderdam is back on an outlap again. We have a Williams. We have Scones. Let's watch him come through Sector 3 here. I have a feeling he's just doing a fair amount of practice running.
Yeah, he's using the battery up, so I assume this is an attack lap. Not seeing whether he's up or down in his current time.
I missed it when I swapped over to him, unfortunately. Oh, very wide, but not invalid. A 2/10 improvement. 2.5 tenth improvement.
Yeah, I must admit, at least from personal experience, to come into a league for the first time and do your first race at Kota.
Yeah, it's not going to be
possibly one of the
fun.
hardest ones to do, especially on wheel.
Let's see. Who have we got out front? We have 427 yet again invalidating.
Not having a good time of it, it seems, unless he's just whacking in a quick outlap. But he's going to have to go real quick with just 30 seconds left on the timer.
Nathan and Piney going line astern. Nathan's on his third lap out at this moment in time on these tyres.
Yeah, interesting strategy.
Is he going to try and give Piney the toe through Sector 2? Oh, Cygate. He's retired from the session. What?
No.
That is going to be a problem for the cars behind. Okay, he has now pulled off. Let's see what the McLaren boys are up to here.
Yeah, it looks like Piney's going to get a tow from his teammate in Nathan, although not a very good one. It's not even halfway down the straight before he's had to pull out. That's not great.
And Piney's only 200ths up on his time. I have a feeling that and he's invalidated. I have a feeling that incident with Cygate in Sector 1 coming through into Sector 2 is going to be brought up to the stewards.
Yeah, I saw Nilby cross the line to improve his time, but not position, unfortunately. Piney Penguin will come around the final corner to set his final lap of the session.
And doesn't improve. We have Heavy coming in behind him. Improves by 0.3. And that is it, except for...
He's qualified?
Oh. Why, though?
Apparently he was blocking the pit lane.
Did he crash into the pit lane entry?
I don't know, but if he did, he best have recorded it, because I want to laugh.
That's just me. I'm going to turn my game
He's
down.
He's going to be livid for that.
Yeah, of course he is.
Well,
that's a shame for Nathan. He was doing so well. He should have just stayed out and crossed the line. But there is your current lineup for today's race. It is Sanderdam, followed by Andre, Neilby, Piney Penguin, Mike. We've got 427 Heavy, Cygate, Pipe Tech, Dougie, Scones. And Nathan got himself disqualified. We're questioning that a little bit. But no sign of Almanac.
No, I did actually at him in the EU3 chat to at me when he got on, and he never. So he's not made it today, unfortunately.
Well, it's a shame because he's probably one of the faster drivers in EU3 this season. And
Probably.
granted, he has reason for not doing races, but he would have done half the season if he had joined tonight's race.
Yeah, it was work commitments, I think, wasn't it? That
I believe so, yes.
That meant he couldn't race, fortunately. Or maybe not, unfortunately, because he was dominating.
Right, the question now for the upcoming race, what tyre strategies do the drivers go for?
Ones that don't disintegrate. Oh, wait, they all do.
Except for the hards. The hards don't disintegrate until you hit like 65%. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are away for the Kota Grand Prix. A lot of changes over the beginning there. Jeez. As Heavy goes out wide. Let's see. We've got so many changes. Oh, it's all
yeah.
go.
I think the medium tire runners have had a massive advantage through the start there. Michael in the Williams gaining 2 places up to P3 on the podium. Andre on those hards dropped 3 places down into 5th. Saiga as well on those mediums got 2 places. Pipe Tech got 1. The medium's really paying off well at the start of this race.
Let's see the position changes. So, out of the hard runners, I think Piney is the one who did best, no?
Piney did best, and he didn't gain or lose anything.
Well, him and Neilby. Neilby gained a place, but has since lost said place.
Yes.
Oh. Let's have a look a little bit further back. Oh, we have a change of position between the Kick and Aston of Heavy and Dougie.
Looking at the front, Sanderham's already dropped the Williams by 1.7 seconds, probably burning a bit of that battery to increase that gap as well.
As we now have DRS enabled, that will be integral to this race. There's only the 2 DRS zones, but one is a lot longer than the other.
Yeah, making moves into turn 1 is not easy, as it's not as long as you said already. And breaking up into turn 1 can be a real nightmare with the uphill slope that suddenly drops off into a flat and then downhill. Scones picks up a 3-second already. That's unfortunate, right at the back of the grid in the Williams on his first race.
I mean, he's already stated that he's not expecting to go anywhere in this race.
Hits the back of Dougie slightly there.
It's his first race in this league. He's not used to the way that the rules are laid out at this moment in time. So he's not expecting himself to get... Oh, he's going for a dive on Nathan there.
Yeah, it looks like Nathan went deep into that quarter, maybe expecting a dive.
I think Nathan was being very cautious of the Williams behind him. Oh, as Scones actually loses the rear end coming out of that corner. Let's go back on with Neilby up front, because he is now behind Piney Penguin.
Yeah, Piney and Mike losing DRS to those in front of them. It's not nice when you lose that DRS. All you want to do is push, and especially around a track like this, it's the last thing you need to be doing just to keep the life into those tyres.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks, especially this sector we're going through right now. There's a lot of energy going into the rubber, and it's going to cause a lot of temperature. It's going to cause a lot of degradation. The tyres are not going to last long if you are not in the DRS of the car ahead. Because if you're trying to push in clean air, you're just burning away. And there we go. I'm going to need an invite, please.
Okay.
It took longer. Right. While I am currently incumbent, I am going to bring up the constructors for everyone to see. Oh dear, it's every race this season, bar I think 3 races, which is a little annoying.
Yeah, maybe a bit more than a little.
I mean, I am trying to sort out my internet service provider, but they're being a pain at this moment in time. I was on the phone to them earlier on and was very angry with them. But
I assume you've got these invites now.
yes, I'm on my way back in now. But hopefully, for next season, I should be running smoothly, unless my provider wants to be more of a pain. Okay, let's bring everything back up. Oh, we don't want that. Yeah.
A few progressions made whilst you were away. Sanderdam has actually dropped back into DRS for Williams and P2, making him a threat. Pioneer and Neilby still where they were. Nathan unfortunately picked up a 3-second penalty.
Let's see. So we want to be keeping an eye on Sanderdam and Andre and the Haas boys at this moment in time. They are the protagonists of this race, is the best way I can put it.
Yes, Sanderdam is well. I suppose it depends where Andre finishes up. He's not pushing as I don't think he should or would. Looking at his position in the championship, I think he's perfectly fine. Why go for more when you don't need to? Risk versus reward factor means that he's just going to sit there pretty.
Let's see. So that would be 1, 2, 4. He's currently sat on 8 points. Is that, or is that 10? In 5th.
25, 18, 15, 12, 10, I think. So yeah, 10.
10. So he would have to lose out to both Cygate and 427 behind.
To still win, he would have to actually finish.
Oh, he'd have to finish
behind Pipe Tech.
Behind Pipe Tech
to give a chance to Sanderdam to win the championship.
Oh dear. Maths is not my strong suit, as we have Dougie right up behind Heavy here. We have to remember, in the constructors, both Dougie and Sanderdam need to score as many points as humanly possible. They need to outscore Haas by, 26 points?
Yeah, and they need to outscore them even more now that Neilby's made it past Piney Penguin into P3. That was a move down the back straight into turn 12. Got it done on the DRS, no dive bomb needed.
The real question is, will Piney fight back up to turn 1? We know what he can be like. He's, how can I put it? Rambunctious is probably the best word for Piney's driving style. He can do well when he's calm and collected, but he has spikes and moments of absolute madness on the track.
Yeah, that man is very rarely calm and collected.
It seems that... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The gap between Pipe Tech and X427 continues to grow. Sanderdam's chances continue to fade. X427 is doing an okay job behind Cygate. I assume that the championship is theirs with the positions as they are.
Yeah, with Pipe Tech's slipping away the way he is at this moment in time, it destroys Sanderdam's chances at 2 championships. Because he needs Andre to finish behind Pipe Tech, and he needs Nilby and 427.
Pipe Tech. Piney goes wide.
Nilby was wise to it, though. And kept it nice and clean.
Switchback.
Is he going to take it around the outside? Is Piney going to give him the room? Oh,
just about.
We very nearly had a Verstappen-Norris moment in a section that is after where the incident happened.
Yeah, this is perhaps a little bit sketchy for Andre behind. If they get in an incident and they should drag Andre back with them, it'll look good for Sanderdam.
If Andre is following these guys as closely as he currently is, and they get into an incident, I don't think he's going to have time to react.
Exactly.
As Nilby was slow through the right-hander there. Lovely camera shot, though. Helicopter cam.
Come on.
Helicopter cam all the way down to the hairpin here. That's...
No, I didn't get that, unfortunately.
Well, at least I'm the one that's broadcasting. But it's all 5 of those drivers who are as close together as they can be. And I say that, Mike is within 2/10 of Sanderdam now. He's just lost out a bit of time in the hairpin, as 427 makes a move on Cygate into the hairpin.
Good stuff for the Hasses. I have seen a couple of interesting things here. One, well, actually, they're both for Neil B, but there's 2 things. One is he's having a right nightmare of that rear end slipping out. And 2, he's actually under fuel.
He's expecting a safety car.
Potentially.
Either that or he didn't practice. Rain. And he...
well, yeah, it could be that.
He just didn't work out how much fuel he needed.
Yeah, or I think maybe we might see some rain later on.
Potentially. I mean, looking at the skybox, it is overcast over the grandstand.
There's some clouds looming.
It is very grey in that area. It's not blue skies.
He's had a slight switch through those S's, and Newby caught straight up to him, so much so that he actually just touched the diffuser of that McLaren.
Doesn't look like any damage to the Haas car, though.
No, it was very light.
I mean, that's enough for the game to throw up carbon fibre everywhere. As
yeah, I mean,
Mike has now made the move on Sanderdam down the back straight. As Neilby does the same to Piney.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely little switchback from Piney. He judged that perfectly. Look at that. Oh.
These 2 are going for it.
Is he good? Yep,
that. Gonna make a move the inside.
And he. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Piney P2 Penguin to Piney Penalty Penguin.
I know that that's one of his favourite places to do a move, because not many people are expecting you to go up the inside in that corner. But I feel he misjudged it a little and was a little too far on the inside compared to where he wanted to be. Oh, he's made the move into the hairpin.
He's broke late.
Oh, that's taken Andre out, and it's given Nilby damage.
What did I say?
Oh dear. Andre is still going. He was caught up, and he's now... He's in the same position he was before, but he is now behind 427. Oh, my word. At this moment in time, Aston Martin are outscoring Haas, but not by nearly enough.
Not enough, no. It is a big gap. Gonna go side by side with the teammate of the incident.
Is that what you're calling Piney now? The incident?
Well,
The incident waiting to happen. Oh dear, oh dear.
Piney's going for it with X427 now.
He's going for the up and under. It doesn't quite work in that sector, unfortunately.
Can someone tell Piney it's only lap 9?
Piney, calm down. You've got 19 to go. It's okay. Granted, with his 3-second time penalty, he does want to get a shift on and push as much as he can on the hards. So I kind of understand it, but
sending up the inside and not leaving enough space is not the way to do it.
No. Being irrational when it comes to your driving is not the way to go, especially around a circuit like this.
Especially around the Hasses.
Yes. The problem...
Leave them alone.
The problem for Piney right now is I know from previous experience that this Haas that's in front of him is incredibly difficult to get past. 427 knows how to make his car wide without making it look wide.
I think that might be a problem for X427 because Piney doesn't care. He will send it down the inside no matter what. And as we've seen, he will cause incidents.
The thing is, 427 is one of these drivers who is, I would say, one of the more intellectual drivers, more strategic drivers on the grid. He's been around contest of speed for a very long time.
Yes.
And he knows what he's doing. He knows how to do a strategy. He knows how to take out his teammate at Baku. Sorry, 427, I had to put it in. But, yeah, he knows how to defend well. He also knows how to overtake. So he's going to be causing problems for Piney and Andre.
We have our first pitter.
Ooh, we have a Cygate going on to fresh hards.
Yeah, no damage, so that was a routine stop. It's a well-planned stop, I hope.
I think Neilby did come into pit. He was on the hards, he's now on the mediums. We completely missed him.
Yeah, he got damaged, didn't we?
True, he had a missing end plate, that's correct.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the fight at the front. We now have Sanderdam in the DRS of Mike up front. They are now almost 7 seconds. They are now 7 seconds ahead of Piney in P3. They have just worked together and pulled out one hell of a lead around this track. Although Sanderdam does seem to be having a bit of an issue with the rear end there.
Yeah, not uncommon to see Sanderdam struggling with that rear end.
Yeah, especially around this part of the track. It is very technical, very power heavy on the end as he comes into the pits. I think he's just had enough of those mediums.
Yeah, that could be massive. If he gets a massive undercut on the Williams,
let's see.
That could be it.
Andre is on the hards, so he's not going to be coming in yet. The party of 3 on the hards. When do we feel they are going to come in? I have a feeling it's going to be around lap 18 to 20.
It would make sense, yeah.
And the thing is, if you are really going to stretch your hard tyres, like I know Andre likes to do.
Does he? It's almost like he ran 1 million laps on the hards in Singapore.
I'm just talking about racing him in another league. I've seen him do a race around here where he started on the softs he pitted on lap 5 and took the hards to the end. And
Freak.
I think he got a podium that race. So he's one of these drivers that is a little unorthodox when it comes to his strategy, but it works for him. So I have a feeling Andre might be trying to stretch his hard tyres into roughly the early mid-20s. And then he might even go on to the soft tyres for the last few laps.
Maybe. Our current race leader in the Williams has pit, I assume, for some hard tyres to match Sanderdam in the Aston Martin.
Yep.
Piney, Andre, and...
Here comes Sanderdam. How much of a gap is there going to be, if there is going to be a gap?
There's definitely going to be a gap. It's just a question of how much. Doesn't look like it's going to be a huge amount, but more
1.5.
I would say the DRS detection.
Yep, it's after turn 1, it is 1.8 seconds. That is the truth of the undercut around this circuit, as Pipe Tech is now into the pits and back out, as Nathan picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Second a day for that McLaren there.
Dougie makes sure that he's in front of Pipe Tech, even though Pipe Tech has just come out of the pits. So Dougie is going, I feel, trying to defend what points he can from Pipe Tech on that fresher rubber.
Yeah, the front three going at it again. Andre still just... he had a look, but he's not going to go for anything, it seems. X427 and Piney going at it. X427 maybe just holding back, knowing that Piney has that 3-second time penalty. If the worst comes to worst and he has to sit behind, he'll inherit that place after the race is finished anyway.
I know this might be a little bit premature, but I might have to ask you to get your calculator out later on. And Andre is into the pits.
Well, I have no idea what he's doing. Do you?
I think he's just going half and half.
Bold, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe he's tested it out and he knows that he can take his medium tyres to the end from 14 laps.
Maybe. Or he's got incredibly frustrated with Piney and X427 and just wants to clear them with an undercut.
That is a very good point. Let's see. As Neilby sets the new fastest lap on his medium tyres there.
Dougie and Podtech going at it through turn 1. Dougie with an undercut. Gonna make the position.
Very well done from Dougie there. Through turn 2, it's a difficult corner to make a move, especially if you don't have enough traction coming out of 1. Let's see, we got 427 still hunting down the back of Piney Penguin, probably screaming at Neilby saying, "I've got Pingu in front of me." as we all know that that's the Haas boys' nickname for Piney. But yes, we have Sanderdam and Mike closing in behind them as they are on fresher, hard rubber.
Mike in the Williams also dropped that time by 2 or 3 tenths. Not much, but gaining is gaining.
So we also have Scones just, I would say, happy to be here at this moment in time. He's just getting some practice in at this moment. As Andre and Nathan had a tussle and I missed it. I just saw Nathan coming back onto the track at the top of the hill.
Yeah, he's got a bit of oversteer in that car on those hard tyres, maybe with a bit of gravel too. Hopefully that wasn't a major incident. Otherwise Nathan will be getting penalised for that. Not Nathan, sorry, Andre will get penalised. Nathan has already been heavily penalised.
We will have to wait and see what the stewards say for the end of the race. Let's see, who is the closest fight right now? It is Pipe Tech and Dougie. Everyone has sort of spread out. There are a couple of cars that are close together, but not quite close enough. Whereas Pipe Tech is well within the second of Dougie and has the DRS. Although he is not catching the back of that Aston as much as I would have thought.
Maybe a high wing there, or maybe not burning battery versus Dougie, who was burning battery. We'll have to wait and see if anything changes on the next lap.
That is true. It could be that the Ferrari of Pipe Tech was recovering some ERS, as Andre puts in the fastest lap of 35.5.
Yeah, I'm sure he was gonna set a fastest lap on those new mediums and some fresh air. He's gonna undercut those front two by probably a massive amount.
And you were right. It looks like Pipe Tech is recovering battery in every DRS straight. His lights are flashing on the back of his car. Either he is under 20% or he is in none at this moment in time. So he's using Dougie to pull him along and keep him in the race. But he's doing what he can to get as much ERS as he possibly can to potentially make a move down the straight here. Oh, I've just noticed something up the front. I kind of want to switch over to it, but I want to see if Pipe Tech makes the move. No, he's not. He is still sitting behind. Sanderdam has caught right up to the back of the Haas and McLaren in front.
Yeah, this is important for two reasons. First of all, this means Mike might have the advantage. No back markers to slow him down. He's going to catch Sanderdam. But can Sanderdam get past these back markers and maybe let him hold up Mike? He's just backed out of a move up the inside there, which has brought the Williams right into it. Not too sure what he was thinking there. It looked like he had way more grip.
I think he was possibly attempting the double overtake, but he didn't want to risk his front wing with a certain McLaren out front, who, as I say, a certain McLaren, he picks up 3 seconds.
Mr. Incident is struck once again.
And Pablo.
Back of the Haas.
The reason
good run into 12.
The reason there are ads is because you haven't subscribed. Think about subscribing to Contest of Speed. There you go, Roland. I plugged it. It's fine.
Once again, Sanderdam is stuck behind these two when it looked to me like he could have made a move.
I mean, it doesn't help Sanderdam with 427 making the move on Piney. Purely for the fact that it's just made it very awkward into turn 12. As Piney's coming into the pits, he's the first to blink out of the hard runners from the start, I believe.
Yeah, not good for Sanderdam. That means that if he wants to put a gap between him and the Williams, he's only got one car to do it with.
And you were very much correct about Andre's undercut and gap. It's a 10-second gap between him and Piney Penguin. That is one hell of an undercut. And if 427 were to pit now, he would be coming out in 5th place.
Sanderdam is going to get the move though on this straight short. No DRS for the Haas. Got the run. He's using the ERS. It looks like the Williams might even make a double into turn 12.
The Williams is using his ERS. He's burning the battery.
Sundow's going to hold the inside line. He's going to give him well enough space. Hold on. That Williams got damage.
I can't see on my current camera, unfortunately.
He has left end plate damage, and he's just made a move for the lead.
You're right, he does. Left end plate. Yeah. I wonder, did that happen through that hairpin then?
That happened. I didn't. No, I don't think so. I didn't see any contact. Something that I'm potentially more respectful than he could or should have been.
This is going to be the sector where Mike struggles without that end plate.
Yeah, definitely. But it's not like we see overtakes through here. As long as he's got a good line out of, what is it, turn 9 and 10, he should be alright.
Luckily for him, that corner right there relies more on the right-hand side of the car than anything. So he got a good run out of there, and it means that he's able to get into the hairpin at this end and at turn 12 quite comfortably. And they've already broken DRS to poor 427. Dear oh dear.
Yeah, well, those old hard tyres were never going to keep him in contention for long.
That is very true. Let's see. Stops. So, 427 is the only person to not have stopped so far, whereas his teammate has stopped twice and is currently out of the points.
Yes, unfortunate damage, and as we've just seen, X427 is pitting this lap. Only 8 laps left. Surely this means he goes on to softs, no?
No, I wouldn't risk softs even for 8 laps, especially not around here.
It's interesting he's left that pit so late there.
He's going medium. He wants.
Why on earth would you wait that long?
He wants the faster rubber for as long as possible. This means that he only has 8 laps and he can do more push laps because he's not trying to conserve his tyres.
I failed to see what advantage he's going to gain from this with Piney with a 6 seconds. He's only got to gain 1.8 to get within that. And Andre as well. Well, he's gone.
It seems Piney has just set a purple sector 1. That might just be a personal best. But we...
likely corner cut.
The entirety of sector 1 cut. He is reserving battery or below 20% coming down that straight there. Let's see. We have Sanderdam right up behind Mike again. We also have Nathan and Heavy fighting through sectors 1 and 2 at this moment in time.
Yeah, we watched these two have a good battle in Silverstone last week. They were commending each other at the end of that race in the chat. It was good stuff to see. Can we see that again?
Well, let's stay on board and have a look as Nathan pulls into the inside, gets the move done relatively early. As Heavy tries
to hold it around the outside, and he's going to make it the inside for turn 13. Backed out of it looks like. Still maybe a tad of the car alongside, but he's backed out well enough now.
Oh, Nathan's gone very deep.
Lets him through, did he? Or did he go deep?
He went very deep there.
I mean, it looked so deep that it looked like he was letting him through.
Not quite sure what was going on there, and we've got Dougie and Cygate fighting through turn 1. This is just inviting Pipe Tech into the fight here.
Yeah, inviting, although Pipe Tech will be looking at those penalties thinking, I don't need to take a risk here.
He will be rubbing his hands together, just thinking, oh, I've got 2 easy positions here. I'll just stay.
Exactly.
And then it's at that point that Pipe Tech picks up a 3 seconds as well, and then he panics. Because I've done
Well,
that
even
before.
so, it wouldn't matter because those two both have 6.
Yeah, I have been in that position myself where I've been behind a group of maybe 3 cars. I've been on my final warning. I'm like, okay, there's 10 laps to go. Let's finish the race. And then with a lap to go, I get a penalty. And I actually have to fight. As Nathan and Heavy are fighting into that hairpin yet again. And they've got Neilby on their tail now as well.
Yeah, Neilby will love seeing this. After the incident he had early on, getting that new wing, some extra points will be good.
As we've got Sanderdam out in front now with Mike close behind. Are they just going to be DRS swapping until the end of the race at this point, do you reckon?
Yeah, I think Sanderdam obviously will want to win this race for his chance at a championship, but Andre looks to be just settling in for the end of the race now. I don't think he's going to fight it too hard, but of course you want to win the final race of the season.
That is very true. I mean...
I was going to say as well, just to interrupt, Andre actually hasn't really gained much time on those two in front, which makes me think they were DRS swapping, despite the slight tussle they had into turn 12 there.
Although I will say, Piney came out with 10 seconds between himself and Andre. He's now brought that down to 4.5. Yeah.
Was it quite 10?
It was 10. Because Andre had the 2-lap undercut.
It was more. There's no way it was 2 laps.
He came in.
More than 2.
Oh no, you're right. It was
2 laps.
It was about. It was a 4-lap undercut, I believe, because he came in on the end of lap 14.
Yes, because he split it in half, didn't he?
Yes. But for Piney to have brought that down to 4.5 seconds from a full 10-second gap.
Yeah, if that was the gap, then that's brilliant. I do struggle to believe that is the case. Maybe he was 10 seconds from Sanderdam, and EA's brilliant game failed to update, as it sometimes does rather, when people are in the pit and in and out the pit.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, they are definitely DRS swapping. Oh, Sanderdam's got a 3-second time pen. He has just blown it completely out of the water for himself.
Yeah, I think that'll be frustrating, but the chances were slim. He won't be too upset about it.
Yeah, the chances were
Piney
slim.
follows suit.
But I will say, let's see. Sanderdam, if he finishes where he is at the moment, he'll be P2. So that will be 18 points. Dougie will be getting... For 6th, it's 8 points?
Yes. 8, 6, 4, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Going down.
So for Dougie, it would be 8 points, but he would lose a position to Pipe Tech. Oh, the math is all confusing. This is why I'm going to need you to get your calculator out towards the end of the race here.
We'll have a look later.
Let's go back on with the triple threat that is the midfield at this moment in time. Dougie, Cygate and Pipe Tech. They're 14 seconds off of the car ahead. I do apologise for the yawning, guys. It's not because of the race. I've just had a very long day. But we've basically got a triple threat here. They're 14.5 seconds behind the car ahead. Two of them are on penalties, and one of them is just happily sitting behind and letting the race go on because he knows he's going to get the 2 positions as long as he keeps his nose clean. But then we got Cygate making the move on Dougie into the hairpin into turn 12 as Dougie tries to fight it back. Is he going to up and under? No, he's not.
At this current moment, Ast win the championship 235 to Aston's 218.
And what is the fight for second in the drivers looking like?
So Aston will finish with 218 at this moment. 92 plus 15.
Drivers, not constructors.
Drivers is wrapped up, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the fight for second for the drivers? Because we know if things stay as they are, Andre wins.
So the fight for second would be Sanderdam against Neilby. Sanderdam is a good, 22 points ahead.
Fair enough. So we've got our drivers all wrapped up, and constructors is basically wrapped up at this point as well.
Yeah, unless X427 has an absolute nightmare, it's looking good.
Dougie is doing everything he can to try and get past Cygate here, but it might be all for naught. Unless Pipe Tech gets 2 penalties within the next 2 laps. Oh, there was a bit of a wiggle through the triple right-hander there from the Aston Martin. That was what we like to call a Code Brown moment, I think.
Yeah, old tyres plus dirty, yeah. It's not a good combo, especially around a corner like that.
No. Cygate moves to the inside to cover off any chance of Dougie getting past. Although Dougie does get the traction out of the corner, but still behind through Sector 1.
Sanderdam is trying so hard to drop the Williams from DRS range.
I mean, he wants to break the DRS and then break another 2 seconds on top of that, doesn't he? He wants to try and get that 3-second gap. He has now broken the DRS, though.
Yellow. Oh, Dougie spun at turn 11.
That's unfortunate for the Aston team.
It is. Not only does it mean that Dougie's lost out, but it means that Neilby will gain.
Okay, I am going to have to check these now. I'm sorry, guys. Penalties. Sanderdam on 3 seconds. He is the only one on 3 seconds. Cygate and Dougie on 6. Nathan on 9. And we have Piney and Scones on 12 seconds apiece. I mean, I can kind of forgive Scones since it's his first race with us. He's not used to the assist settings that we use. So he's been trying to work out the DRS detections and when to use his ERS and things like that.
Yeah.
But
Sanderdam is absolutely going for it. I'm sorry I had to interrupt this.
That's no problem.
More exciting at the front here. 2 seconds, the gap just dipped under as we go into turn 12. The battery is burnt on the Aston Martin, but it's not too much better on the Williams either.
As Nathan now joins the triple threat of 12-second group.
The McLaren boys once again proving that penalty bingo can be done by just two people. 2.6 seconds the gap as we go into the final lap of this race.
Sanderdam is going to lay it out all on the line here. If he can...
Oh, it's just going up.
If he can get through Sector 1 quick enough, he can potentially get the toe from Mike's teammate down.
Oh, this would be bad.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I don't think he will. He seems a little bit too far ahead at this point in time.
He might get a very faint toe.
Maybe. Not that it's going to matter much. He's already got it to 3 seconds with a whole sector and a bit to go.
I'm just sat here flabbergasted at the fact that in the 2 laps that were left, he was able to actually pull this much of a gap out.
Yeah, it's still close, ebbing and flowing between 2.7 to 2.9 seconds now. This Sector 3 is real tricky, and it looks like he's got just about the edge on the Williams as we go through the first half of it. Dougie picks up another 3 seconds. That'll be it, I think, for Aston Martin chances, unfortunately, even though Sanderdam might win this race.
One last corner, and Sanderdam comes around to win at Texas.
Just about 0.367 seconds in it. Absolutely stellar
And
last few laps there from the Aston Martin.
there is your champion, Andre, finishing in P3.
Congratulations to Andre. EU3's champion for season, 15?
15, yep.
Oh yes, he says in the chat.
You'd better be in the interview booth tonight instead of writing out a message.
Definitely.
Cygate finishes ahead of Pipetech on track, but loses out on the penalties. We've got Dougie and Neilby coming across the line. Neilby pips him to the line on penalties. And then we've got our last couple of drivers to come across the line. We have got Nathan, who isn't going to pick up any points because he's got Heavy right behind him. Nathan in his favourite position, 11th. As we now just have the final driver, our debutant tonight, Scones, to come across the line. And I think you spelt that wrong, Relis.
Yeah, maybe. I was excited for him.
You fat-fingered it by 2 buttons on a keyboard.
I think I was going to say something else to begin with, and I deleted something.
Very well done to everyone this evening. Very well done this entire season. As BK has said in the chat there, congrats EU3 on a fantastic season. Well done, lads. As we've got 427 as the driver of the day. So, we shall get a screenshot of this just in case. Come on, without the pens. There we go. I will say, Piney Penguin, yet again getting fastest lap. of that race there.
Yeah, indeed. It was quali was a bit crap. I invalidated on 2 of my laps. I was 3/10 up on both times. So starting P5 wasn't ideal. But then got through the people who were on hards, and then it was just me and Sanderdam for the entire race. We were within like 2 seconds of each other for the whole time. It was a bit unfortunate that I slightly tapped Sanderdam as he was overtaking a Haas and got front wing damage, which I thought I was going to be okay with. I had to kind of adjust my line in the in sector 1, but then when the tyres started to die, it just became undrivable. So, congrats to Sanderdam. That was a great battle.
It was a very fun battle to watch. We did notice the left end plate come flying off of your car at some point. We believe it was either turn 11 or 12.
11, it was just before the back straight.
Yeah, turn 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw the contact, and at the time we didn't notice the end plate missing until we were further down the straight. But very well done. It's only your second race and you're on the podium again. The main question I'm going to ask, are you going to be signing up for next season?
Well, I think I have to at this rate. I'm going to try and lead Williams into a Constructors and Drivers Championship. I think that's my aim.
Well, it depends on where you're placed, because depending on the pace test and everything for the coming season will depend on where you are placed in the tier lists. So you could be in EU3 again, or you could be moving up. Who knows? But anyway, very well done. You've done brilliantly for Williams the 2 races that you've done. And that's coming from a Williams driver. No bias, of course. But
yeah.
Very pleased for you. Very well done. Grelis,
Thank you very much.
Any questions or comments?
Well, I must admit I had high expectations for you this race. Silverstone is not that dissimilar a track to Texas, although it's obviously much hotter here. So I thought you were going to do well. Obviously, you can't just win a race and then not do well at the next. So yeah, it's good to see you racing again. It was a shame about the way that ended, although it did provide some entertainment at the end. So thank you very much.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to see you in next season.
Yeah, I'll be there. Cheers.
Okay, let's move on to our P1, who was Sanderdam. How was the race for you, sir, if you are here? I haven't actually looked at the Discord to see who
I'm here. Yeah. Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. First of all, congratulations to X427 and 2Spell Wizard for Constructor Championship. They deserved it. They were very good the whole season. Mike is one of the reasons why I drive online races, because he's a fantastic driver. He's very fair. I had a great battle with him. Really sorry about the wing damage. I had no idea it happened. Those guys with old hard tires gave me some hard time. I couldn't pass them for a couple of laps. I think that's when the wing damage from Mike happened. But after they moved away, Mike and I had the rest of the race for the 2 of us. We had great battles, and I'm happy with the win. I had low and ups and downs in the whole season, but I managed to finish, I think, second. Also, thank you for my teammate Dougie, or Dougie, how you call him. He had also a good season, and I look forward for the next season.
Well, you had one hell of a race. We were saying with 2 laps to go, when you picked up that penalty, you had 2 laps to go, and we actually said, is he going to be able to break the 3 seconds? I mean, you really shut us down.
Yeah, I had two warnings almost second half to the race, and I was driving around 80% of my ability because I didn't want to pick up a third warning. And when I pick up the penalty, I started to drive 100% the best I could. So I managed to make up those 3 seconds.
Very well done this race, and hopefully next season it will be less up and down and a little bit more consistent points wise for you.
I hope so.
The only race where it's allowed to be that up and down is Portugal. Grelis, any comments or questions?
Well, brilliant stint at the end. I do the very same thing when I'm on 2 penalties and or warnings rather, and I always get the third no matter what. Yeah, brilliant season from you. You've been strong almost every race, if not all of them. I look forward to seeing you race again in the next season if you are there. Brilliant season. You fought so hard to the end for that Drivers' Championship and just came short. Unfortunately, Andre was absolutely brilliant in that last race. Just keeping it clean. So there might be more for you yet, sir.
Yep, I hope so. Thanks, man.
And now it is time to move on to Andre. Has the champion actually joined us in the VC?
He's not here, but I've got a message from the man himself.
Oh, yet again.
He says, "Thank you from the bottom of my heart for a great season. I hope it will not be the last. There were ups and downs. It was a great race, great to race with each of you, and even more great to watch the something in the back. Oh, stream in the background. Congratulations to P1 and P2, as well as Neil B at X427 winning the Constructors' Championship. I will see you next season."
Well, I'll just say this now. Andre, you had one hell of a season. You also had ups and downs. There was a point where Almanac was absolutely running away with the season, and we thought it would just be a fight for P2. But you've clawed your way back, especially with Almanac not participating in a lot of these races. And you've very much deserved getting the championship position. Very well done to you, sir. Any comments, Grelis?
I can only second what you've just said. No, I don't think so.
Right, so now it is time for me to begrudgingly move over to
begrudgingly?
So what do you mean begrudgingly?
Hold on. Begrudgingly move over to the two old men and Grelis, who is your one... Grelis being the Haas fan club of one. Congratulations on the constructors, fellas.
So Neil's quite happy to adopt another nationality for now. I'm just going to stand here proudly, thinking of England.
It's really weird hearing a Northerner sing the American national anthem. It doesn't seem right.
It's a bit camp, isn't it? A Star-Spangled Banner. Very, very camp.
So I can make it Butch because we're in proper Yorkshire.
Star-Spangled Banner?
Star-Spangled Banner and Oh McBrave.
Something tells me that this part of the interview is going to be cut from the YouTube section.
No, never.
No, I don't think you can demonetize anything for national anthems. Yeah, that was good fun. I thoroughly enjoy racing with Dan, obviously. And I think that I checked back. This is our 4th constructors title.
Oh wow!
4th in 5 seasons because I semi-retired for a while.
Yeah, it's my 6th overall, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Just shows I have no pace whatsoever, but I'm always there lurking at the 4th and 5th. Really, that's how. That's how I'm all in it.
You're always there to pick up some points at least.
Yeah.
But, you guys were very consistent throughout the season. Keep on picking up points pretty much every race.
We were very boring, very old.
Oh, to be fair, there was a traumatizing moment partway through this race where I thought I was accidentally going to take Andre out, to be honest.
We spotted it, don't worry.
Pingu did a dive bomb on me and went from the inside to the outside of the track, so I had nowhere to go. I tried to cut back inside, but Andre had to go, so I had ping pong between the two of them. Thankfully, his lucky stars, Andre, my car ghosted instantly before anything even happened, because otherwise I was going straight through him. I don't know why it ghosted so quickly, but yeah, went straight through him, and then I went into the wall. But so yeah, he's a very lucky boy, that one. But I'm glad it didn't end acrimoniously there.
I mean, we did see Andre take a little bit of a collision from you in that incident, because his car did slide. So there was contact, but it happened to be you coming out worse than him after the ghosting. But,
yes, we actually made contact. I got the wing damage when I touched his front nose. It wasn't the wall. The wing had already gone. But as soon as I touched him, which I'm guessing made him wobble a little bit, the car ghosted instead of staying physical for a little while. So yeah, I was about to do lots of swears. But it made for a fun race, catching up with the guys at the back. But I didn't want to ruin the championship. But it very nearly happened.
I mean, you went from being in the front group to being right at the back to then fighting for a decent set of points to try and keep your Constructors' Championship alive. And you did everything that you needed to do. So it was a great race to watch. It's been a great season, especially Baku. That was funny as all hell to me.
I found it quite funny. I'm glad it happened to me and not to Dan. I think if it happened to Dan, they'd have been swearing for weeks.
He will still be swearing now.
I was over it within about 5 minutes, and Dan was perplexed as to how I'd gotten over it.
Well, he was over that in about 5 minutes, and me choking Monza. Not even like any sort of team incident, just me choking it in my own head. I was moody about it all week. It ruined my week.
But yeah, it was a bit weird actually with the overspeed and the bit in Baku, and I was actually trying to overtake it. I was trying to avoid crashing into it. Yeah, so I was like, oh no, this is going to go from a 1-2 to a nothing, so I need to sacrifice myself here.
The thing is, at Baku, that camera angle that we had for it, it was like you were going for a dive bomb. Like, purely because we didn't hear any of your conversation. We couldn't hear what you were saying to each other. So we were
going to be a rolling roadblock out of the last corner, I think was the plan, to have two across. And we didn't mind who won, it was just we need to finish ahead of the other guys.
I mean, I said that, I minded.
Dan would have minded a bit more.
I would have minded. I would have put a little bit of ERS in just to make sure it was me.
And all I'm going to say is now it's time to hear from the Haas #1 fan, Grelis. Comments, questions?
I'm glad you spent that long talking, because I've been wiping tears off my cheeks.
Was it the national anthem?
That did help, but can't believe it. It's not the second time. Anyway.
Does this make up for me beating you at Silverstone?
That was never an issue. I enjoyed that race so much with the competition and battling. If I lose a race, well, I don't care. But yeah, anyway.
You're a better man than me. I would have hated you.
Well, I found out someone hated me for an incident like 2 seasons ago the other day. So clearly, I've got a good heart. No, you spoke about it all already. Consistency is key. Like you say, those 4th and 5ths might be a little bit upsetting when you miss out on the podium, but points are points at the end of the day, and you had the most of them. So yeah, congratulations. I can't believe you've won that many. That's almost disgusting. You've won that many between each other.
Age and experience.
It's
yes, and
good stuff.
And a willingness to sacrifice ourselves for the betterment of the team. That happens far too often.
Oh,
one of us
Azerbaijan, and you managed to spin yourself on your teammate.
But yeah, I mean, those fourth and fifths, that's kind of what we were aiming for. When we realised about halfway through the season that we were in with a chance of it, and we were like, okay, so what's the play here? And we knew there was a few people faster than us: Kevin, Andre, Almanac when he was in it, obviously, Sandy Dam.
Yeah.
So we were
When
like,
Mike
okay, so
appeared to put a
let's
spanner in the
aim for
works.
fourth and fifth every race, or even fourth and sixth, and that's 22 points a race. So as long as we're that consistent, even if we're not winning the races, the teams that win the races can only pick up a bit more, because we noticed, obviously, we were quite even, but there was a big disparity between the Aston Martin teammates and in terms of finishing positions and the Mercedes teammates. And that was it, really. And McLaren came on quite strong towards the end of the season with Piner. I want to give him my driver of the season award because he most improved, because he was awesome in the second
Yeah, but you
half
said
of that
to me
season.
then, if he said he's recently started putting effort in. If he'd put it in all season, he'd have won it.
Yeah, well, we can't dismiss the man for his effort, but he's definitely improved. Since Singapore, he's jogged on really, really well. So fair play to him. It was all about trying to get as many points, if not try and extend by a couple of points over the other guys. But we knew not winning the races that we'd have to keep doing that consistency, because if you don't do that consistency, you're not getting those 20 points, and then suddenly they steal a march on you. So
that's very
Definitely.
true. Very true. I think you put it quite well. There's a lot of drivers this season that have come a long way. Real Ashton Army being one of them.
Yeah.
Dougie has been up and down all season, but he is still making progress. And then, as you said, Piney has gone from being kind of wishy-washy at the beginning of the season, and after Singapore, just sort of gaining a bit of confidence and pushing for a better finish for his races. It's just a shame about his.
That pace a bit earlier in the season, but it was that pace also came with many, many penalties. But then, from Singapore onwards, he seemed to buck the penalties, which was good.
Except for today, where he managed to accrue 12.
Well, yeah, it's one of those races.
But I want to congratulate everyone who took part in EU3 this season. You all did brilliantly. Whether you're new to the league or whether you're an old hand, you all did really well this season. And you kept it entertaining for me and Grellis, and for those who jumped in for myself and Grellis when we couldn't be here. And I just hope everyone that watched the streams and watches this on YouTube also appreciates all the effort that these drivers have put in. So congratulations to you guys on your constructors. Congratulations to Andre on his World Drivers' Championship for EU3. And well done to all of EU3 for making it entertaining. If you are,
and well done to you two guys for your commentary this season. Awesome stuff.
It's our first season of commentating. It's my first season of streaming anything like this. So
and it went fantastically.
Yes, it went brilliantly.
Next season, you will be able to stream lap 3 without dropping out.
That's the hope. If not, I'm going to have to get a red hot poker and take it to both Talk and OpenReach. That's all I'm going to say about that. But apart from that, if you wish to join for Season 16, which I will play a trailer for at the end of the stream here, if you wish to join the Discord. Let's pop that in now. We have both EU side and American side. We are sorry, my headphones just went all weird. Not good for during the middle of a plug. So on the EU side, we are 9 p.m. GMT. On the American side, we are 9 p.m. EST. Tuesday through Thursdays. It does depend on how many people sign up to how many tiers we have on each side. So if you are interested in racing, please use the Discord link and sign up for Season 16. I wish to say thank you to my co-coms this season. So thank you very much, Grellis.
That's all right.
I will say thank you to everyone for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you next season.
Smell you later.
Welcome back to Contest to Speed.
Contest of 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 Speed.